Woohoo! Hello there out there in virtual land. Welcome to another episode of Chillin with the Girls. Woohoo! So, as you can see out of the title, everybody ought to know. So, we are going to be sharing some tidbits of stuff that everybody ought to know. Maybe you
Mhm.
don't know, but we're going to make sure you know. You
Yeah,
know?
because if you didn't know, you're going to know after this show. Oh.
Especially during the holiday seasons, right?
Yeah,
Yes,
Very
it's very
much.
important during the holiday
Yeah,
seasons that we
absolutely.
yes.
inform y'all of some stuff, um, of different things that people need to be aware of, to help them budget during the holiday season, during Christmas season, how to even make creative gifts and stuff. If you don't have any money, just don't give at all. It's some ways that you can also give. And people love getting gifts. You can buy them a pen and put it in a gift bag, and they'll be so happy. It was like, oh, because guess what? They won't open the bag until they home. So right now, when you hand them the bag, they be like, "Oh, thank you so much for thinking about me." Then when they get home, they be like, "I can't believe she gave me a pen." But then you know what I'm saying? But they felt good getting it at first, and then we're
Yeah,
going to talk about, payday loans, stuff that like people need to be aware of. Because a lot of people going to want to get loans because they can't afford Christmas. They want to get their daughter
Mhm.
a baby doll or something like that. And they know they're not working and not making enough money. And so we're going to cover all those areas. And then we're going to talk
Yeah.
about food safety as well. Like when people
Oh,
cooking for Christmas and stuff. So
don't
you
let
get
Tawanda say nothing on this topic.
Oh,
Oh,
yes, I will. Excuse you.
so you won't poison your family. We're trying to help you. That's right.
Thank you.
on
Thank you.
Christmas.
Thank you.
but but holidays, you're seeing some people get in the spirit of it and they spend what they don't have.
They
They
do.
get caught up in the moment of it.
Yes.
Yeah.
And guess what? The
What?
music is so subliminal. And the more you hear
Subliminal?
the more you casually shop.
Subliminal?
You know, the music is just suggestive, and you don't even realize it's telling you to shop.
Subliminal.
Yeah. You don't
What
even
is
realize.
subliminal?
Is that the word? Subliminal?
Oh,
Yes.
subliminal.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought
Yeah,
you
you hear
said
it,
it.
it's like subliminal.
They
It's
said
messages.
the department store the music and the elevators and stuff makes you want to shop. In
Yeah,
department stores, they
Oh,
said it gets into your mind
that's
and it
right.
makes you want to shop.
wow.
And you're so comfortable just strolling from aisle to aisle,
Yeah.
Wow.
That
just
is
picking up,
so
Do
true.
do
They
do
do it
do
on
do do,
purpose.
just putting stuff in the cart and stuff. Yeah.
uh-huh.
They
And
do it
guess
on
what?
purpose.
Leave your kids at home too. Because they be putting stuff in your car. They be, and
Not
I want this,
not
except
when
your
I had
mama,
kids. They wouldn't do that. Mm-mm.
you know.
Mine
They put
did.
no paint.
No.
Oh,
Everything
Not being a
Dominique
parent.
pointed, everything he pointed to, we got. Like,
Mm.
are you for
But
yeah,
you didn't have 12 Dominiques.
real?
thank God. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it was
Oh,
terrible. Like I told y'all
man.
before, he had like 11 basketballs because he wanted a basketball from Sunoco. When he went to the gas station, he wanted a Sunoco basketball. Then when we went to Walmart, he saw a whole lot of basketballs. He was like, "Oh, can I get on that basketball?" Then he wanted the NBA basketball. Then he wanted the different kind of Exxon basketball, and he had like 11 or 12 basketballs in the house
Mm.
inside his toy chest.
Like I
But
said,
listen,
depends on the parent.
we want to talk about gifts. And Tawanda, since you are a crafter, you're doing an excellent job making jewelry and bags and
Oh
hats
yeah.
and
I
all
do. I should
kinds
have
of
had
stuff.
one so I could show you guys, and
Yeah,
I don't. But yeah. So it's a good idea if you don't have the money, to get someone something for Christmas. You can
yeah.
actually make them something. You know,
Yeah.
like it doesn't cost a lot. Like I remember when my children were younger, I made them some Play-Doh. And on my
Oh,
stove,
Play-Doh.
Play-Doh, yeah, on my stove, and I just cut it like 3 or 4 bundles, and I use food coloring, and I colored the Play-Doh different colors,
Mm-hmm.
red, yellow, whatever, and they had a ball with the Play-Doh. It was free to them. Just use
Yeah.
salt and water, and you can make flour and you can make Play-Doh.
And that was it salt,
But
water, flour, like biscuits.
almost like this is what you put
Oh wow.
on the stove. So it just stick.
Tawanda, you must have put something special in it. When I was little, I made a statue with I made on my Play-Doh, but it got mold all over it and it made me itch. And I was just still screaming, ooh. So
Well,
I
you
did.
probably didn't use enough salt. You probably didn't.
Oh,
You have to use a lot
okay.
of salt.
Because it's
That's one
preservative,
thing.
right?
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
and then what I
And-
did too was just put and store them like in Ziploc bags.
Yeah.
Store
Oh,
them.
I never did.
Yeah.
Okay.
They had a
And
ball.
now one thing I do, young ladies, when I used to get cards for people,
Yeah.
different kind of cards, but they are so expensive.
Yes.
One card costs enough as a whole, like the same as a box of cards. I mean, and I said no. The Lord helped me to make my own cards. So now I know how to, I can make some time. I'm in the mode, a mood for poetry. And then I can put it on my computer and make designs around it, different colors, you know.
You
And
know
and
who
that's
help you make cards now?
cool.
AI. You
Oh, I
don't
didn't
need,
think
you
Right.
don't have to be a poet.
I didn't think
That's
of
All you
right,
gotta
AI.
Mel.
do is, I'm just telling you.
I
You
know
tell
Mel. He
AI, you tell AI, I need to make a card for my best friend.
Mhm.
It, it's done. It's
Right.
done. You just tell AI
But
what you
somehow or
want to
another,
make.
I probably feel better doing it myself.
I'm just
Like
You
for
know,
an
it
saying
came
example,
from your heart.
some
like for
people
an
might like it
example,
like that.
I
Some
called
people,
someone to wish them like a happy birthday just the other week. It can be like Merry Christmas, anything. They weren't there. So I sang the message
Hey
to
Tim.
them. And when I sang that, that person uh, looked at his phone and was so appreciative. So
Oh,
this gonna stay on my phone. I'm not gonna get rid of this. It was a personal touch and it was different.
yeah, yeah.
it's still
Yeah.
personal. They don't know AI told you to write it.
But let me tell you what else, Mel. Like AI, you were talking about AI. When they tell you, they give you an idea, but they tell you you can switch it up. You can make it your
Yes.
own. You can
Yes.
change up this word and make it this word. Change up this word
Exactly.
and make it that word. But they just give you an idea, but it's still coming from you and coming from your
Right.
heart.
Mhm.
That's the
You know.
point.
Right.
Yes.
Absolutely. Yes, yes,
Mhm.
yes,
So you can
absolutely.
do it. You
And
can
then
do
something
it.
else you can do, ladies,
Take
What
is
advantage
you
of
else?
it.
can bake. You can bake Christmas cookies.
Mhm.
You know, I've done that with the cookie cutters and stuff,
Mhm.
and different, the
Yes,
gingerbread, the
design.
candy cane.
Mhm.
Yeah, and you can
Mhm.
put like the different color what is it, like the crystals on there and
Yeah.
stuff, the
Yeah.
green and Christmas trees. And then go to
Mhm.
the Dollar
Mhm.
Tree or go to Big Lots and get your little tins. You know,
Mhm.
Yeah.
and
Mhm.
you put cookies in your tins and put it. I've done
Mhm.
that too. That's a very good idea. People love stuff like that.
And I know Mel is really good when it comes to baskets. That's another way you can give um, personalized Christmas gifts. You know what your
Yes.
friend likes, and all. But before I say that, I want to read the greeting from AI. It said to my best friend, "Thank you for being my rock, my confidence, and my partner in all life adventures. Here's to the memories we've made and the ones still to come. You mean the world to me, and I'm grateful to have you by my side."
Boom. That's what I'm talking about. Now you know.
That fast, yeah.
Mhm.
So
Yes.
yeah. So anyway,
You
yeah,
can do
Malcolm
that.
used to do baskets, right, with the cellophane. What's it called? The cellophane or
Yes.
cellophane paper or
Yes.
something over it. I
Oh,
know Sister
cool.
Kathy used to make baskets all the time, and I see some of the baskets have the apple cider, the apple cider. Not I say apple cider vinegar, the sparkling apple juice.
Oh, the
The
apple
little
cider.
Yeah,
Apple cider.
The
containers.
sparkling cider.
Apple cider, yeah, the sparkling apple
but
cider. We have
guess
that
what,
in that.
young ladies? Guess what, young ladies? I forgot about this. When y'all were little and I wanted extra money for y'all, that's what Reed's Drugstore hired me to make their Easter basket for that
What?
season. So I was an Easter basket maker for that season.
You
And
talking
that
about
was
Christmas
and
now.
guess what? If you know how to do that, that's a good idea, Mel. And that gives me an idea. And we go out for our missionary work during Christmas
Mhm.
time. I mean,
Mhm.
during the month, and this will be Christmas
Mhm.
time coming up. We can make little baskets, but we
Right.
check to see if they can eat, certain fruits and
So
stuff.
let me finish. Well, I was saying about the
Oh, I'm
basket.
sorry. I thought you had
That's
finished.
okay, Mom, because you can go to because you and think about it, all these items I'm talking about, you can actually get them from the dollar store because now they have the sparkling, apple cider. Then you can get lotions and stuff
Oh.
like that, or you can buy containers. Like I just saw something on the internet, and this person made hot chocolate. They put the cocoa in there. They had the marshmallows. They had the candies like the peppermints and all that kind of stuff. Then they put a
Mhm.
little string around it, and you can put
Mhm.
that in a basket. So and that will save you
Mhm.
money. Yeah.
Mhm. Or just have the cup. Just have a cup and then put the hot chocolate in
Mhm,
there, a little
mhm,
thing of marshmallows, the peppermint,
mhm.
and put all, or
Yes.
caramel, whatever,
Yeah.
little, those little caramels or something, and put it in the cup
That's a good
and wrap
idea.
the cup up. And so,
Mhm,
yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
mhm.
yeah. And then you can make like little hot chocolate bombs. Have you ever seen those? The chocolate bombs. They have marshmallows in them. And then when you can put it in hot water or you put in some milk, and it'll melt and it'll open up,
Oh,
and the marshmallows will be inside, and you'll have hot chocolate, instant
And
hot
you can
chocolate.
I
make
didn't
it.
know
Oh,
that.
Yes, you can
We're
make
going to
it.
help you make your baskets. I mean, I'm not going to help you.
okay.
Mel going
Oh,
to help you make your
Ah,
all
basket.
right. All
I'm
right.
doing enough. I'm getting ready to volunteer myself.
don't
And again,
even
I thought
wait
about
a minute. Don't be
Put more stuff on
volunteering
your
me.
plate.
Melanie will be the first one over there. What you want, Mom? What you want, Mom? I got you this. A whole slew of stuff. But what do y'all feel about this? Is it too cheesy to re-gift stuff that's brand new?
I don't think so.
not at all. They don't know what you got. That's a gift from
Yeah.
somebody else.
I
You
mean,
find out what. Go ahead, Mel.
right. You just found out what they like, whatever. So I was thinking you can re-gift, like, everybody get candles. Some people like, I don't want to see another candle. But what you can do with candles, you can melt them and mix them up to make your own fragrance,
You
your
go,
own
Mel.
scent and stuff. And
Oh,
then that'll
Yes.
be your own personal touch,
Touch.
your personal touch.
You go,
oh.
Mel. That's a
Now
very
you
good
know.
idea. Absolutely. That's a very good idea. And you know what, Mel? You can make more than one. You can
Oh,
take a big
yes,
candle and make more and make smaller candles.
absolutely.
Good idea, Mel.
I saw this lady go to like she got some kind of what are those traveling deodorants with the ball in it, right? And so she
Mhm.
popped the ball out, spilled all the lotion, in the drain or whatever, and she melted some Vaseline and put a little perfume in the Vaseline and stirred it up on the stove.
Oh.
Poured the Vaseline back into the container,
Mhm.
popped the ball on there, right?
Mhm.
Put it in the refrigerator and let it sit. And then she did like this. And she had perfume.
Oh.
It was different fragrances because I know Hannah was telling me how she puts her cologne, her perfume on with the
Mhm.
Vaseline first and then the perfume so it can last all day. So
Okay, see.
imagine just putting the
Yeah.
Vaseline with the fragrance.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
how I do
I
some
like that.
lotions. I put the
I heard
Vaseline
about
on and
lotion.
mix it with the lotion. It
Yeah.
makes it thicker, and
I,
Get me some
I'm
Vaseline. Wait a minute,
surprised
I
you
got
said Vaseline,
Amazon.
Tawanda. Did you look up the ingredients in Vaseline?
It's not
that's
helping.
what Tish was talking about the other time. Right. Well, that's what I used to do. I don't do it anymore, but I used to do that.
Okay.
Mommy said to one, I'm surprised you said Vaseline because don't you
because
use
Tish
all
because
natural
Tish
stuff?
looked it
Did
up.
you look up the
Because Tish looked it
ingredients?
up and she said it's got petroleum in it. And you put petroleum on your body.
Uh, but I think one of y'all told me to put a little lotion in my hand and a drop of perfume in it, and that makes the fragrance last long.
Was that
One of
Mel?
y'all told me that.
I don't
Was it
know.
That's
Melanie or
I don't
Tawanda?
know.
so,
But I'm on Amazon right now. I'm getting ready to get me some Vaseline.
but
Look at the ingredients
mom, this
though.
is right up your alley because you love helping people with budgeting. So if y'all need help with y'all budgeting and stuff, just call mom Mary
Mom Mary.
and she'll help you with budgeting. And she can do it, but people don't take advantage of it in our family.
We're not adding more stuff on mom's plate.
She don't care.
You
She
see
got
her
too
now?
much.
She volunteering
She
everybody
has some
except for
holes.
herself.
She has
Right.
holes.
Except for her.
The stuff she does, she has holes in it. So we got to fill in those holes.
Don't even try. You volunteering everybody except for
But
you.
now I tell you what I did, what taught me. Remember I told you years ago I got a loan to get y'all Christmas presents?
Yes.
The
Ooh.
loan outlasted the Christmas present. And I was like 2 years paying it off.
Why are we talking
And I
about
began to say, why am I still paying this bill? What did I buy with it? I said, those toys, either they were lost, broken, or whatever. I still had the bill for 2 years.
Wow.
So I decided, I went to work, I decided to have them take out holiday money out of my check.
Okay.
It's
Yeah.
like $50 every other week. And that was like maybe $1,500, something like that, just before the holiday. And you don't touch it. You leave it there for all that year. And so I stopped that cycle. That would have
I
been
know
an
that's
easy
right.
cycle. I stopped that
Ooh,
cycle.
yes.
No, no.
Nobody gets any loans for Christmas gifts. That's not a smart
But
idea.
we want to talk about how do you budget mine. What's a good idea? I know that's a good idea too, to budget money. But I say if you can't afford it, don't get it.
Don't get it. And you
But
know
you
what
what
else
you
is
do?
smart? You get stuff throughout the year.
Yeah.
I think so and so would like this. I think
That's
so and so
good.
would like this. And so and
Why
Yeah.
would
so,
we do that?
throughout the year. Huh?
You got to think every day is Christmas then, because you got to be in the move. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's so
Yeah.
hard. Like I do buy stuff throughout the year, but it's for me,
For me, right.
right?
Put it away.
Amen.
Put it on a
Amen.
shelf. Put it on a shelf.
But it's
Amen.
for
You
me.
know?
And I use it.
But I
I
tell you
use it.
what, now you
I
get
use it.
kids gifts and then oh, I'm sorry, you said something now?
Yeah, I said, well, I put it on the shelf and then I use it.
Oh. And see what I'm thinking now. Now you get the kids. I don't want that. I don't want that. I didn't get that from y'all. And one thing, you get stuff according to uh their makeup,
Oh,
according to
her
according
personality.
Their
to
personality, what they
their
like.
Yeah, that's
personality,
good.
and also always geared towards learning.
They're
And
gifted. Oh,
learning can
yes.
be
That's good.
fun.
Yes.
And then if you don't have much money, like a lot of times we didn't, we get group gifts before y'all can play games, together. Yeah, and then y'all loved it. Yeah,
Did
I
she?
could do puzzle, you could do a puzzle together, and you could play.
Did I leave anybody out?
Right. She put 4 names on one gift.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
No,
But
not
they
Yeah.
were
always.
like, okay,
Yeah.
but the thing about it, it was like she put 4 names on one gift, and then we also had our individual gifts too. We had our
Yes.
Yeah, you did.
clothes, and then we had
Uh-huh.
our games. So we had our individual school clothes or whatever, and then we had like a bean toss, the bean bag toss. It would probably be 4 people on that, and
Right.
and we played it together though.
Right. Oh yeah.
But
And then we got individual
Yeah.
stuff too. Like we got,
Yeah.
like you were
That's what I'm
saying,
saying.
that one time
And
I
the
got that
twins got a
radio.
boxing set. Remember the boxing set the twins got? Where they could box this thing that
Well,
was
I
standing
mean,
up.
What do you?
get things that people always need. So they will always need gloves.
Yeah.
You will always need hats. You will always need socks.
Stars.
Scarves. Stuff like that. You will always need. You can always use. And so, like for the girls and stuff, you can get stuff like for your hair or lipstick or lip gloss or something like that.
Yeah.
Shampoos. Bath and Body. Bath and Body Work. They have the little small, lotions and perfumes and stuff like that. So,
Yeah.
but we're not talking about Christmas gifts. We was talking about budgeting.
And overcoming
We got all
stress
off the
with budgeting.
subject.
Overcoming stress with budgeting.
And see what you do, you have a certain price in your mind. And then also you don't take your credit card with you. Just take that cash money with you. Because you won't be tempted to go over your budget. You got a budget. You still got to pay your mortgage and rent and stuff when you get after
What's a good
Christmas is
idea?
over.
You know what's a good idea?
What's a good idea?
The Cash App card. So you can put money. I don't know if you have a Cash App card, Mom.
I do. Oh, I'm sorry.
Not like that. I do. I have a cash app. No, I don't have a cash app.
Okay, a Cash App card. I think that's really good because your Cash App card, you don't have to worry about overdrawn or anything from your bank or anything. When people give you money in Cash App, you can use it right away because it'll be on your card. and you will
Mhm.
also see, like, as soon as you make a purchase, you get a receipt, you get a notification
Yeah.
about whatever. But you can keep track of,
Mhm.
how much money you have. I'm using this amount, and you can't go over anything.
Right.
So with your bank, it's different. It's something different because it's like
Yeah.
out of sight, out of
So you
mind.
have two cash apps, Melanie? Explain it. Does I
It's the
have
same
cash app?
thing.
It's the
It's
same
the
cash app. It's just a card, like a debit card.
Right.
And the thing
Oh,
about it, you don't have to worry about depositing it into your account. It stays on your.
it
If I
stays
if
in
I
the
cash
car.
up you $100 and you have a cash app card, you can go to the store and
and
spend
use
that
that
money.
right
And
away.
so you
Do
don't
you
have to
have to pay
download.
for using that? You have to pay a fee for using
No,
it?
ma'am, you
No,
don't.
because
Mhm.
you don't have to download it. It stays on there. It's like your bank.
Yep.
You know what else, ladies? You can
But
lock it. You can lock
you
your
can lock
Cash
it,
App card so can't nobody else use it.
or you
You
can.
can lock it
Mm,
or you can unlock it.
Yeah,
Yes.
okay.
Yep.
which is
Y'all
really
got to
good.
teach me that when I see
But
you in
I
person.
was just thinking, like, when you were talking about not spending your mortgage money and all that kind of stuff. I have a mortgage account, and I'm also going to have a car payment account.
Okay.
Oh,
So
okay.
what I did was I put a certain amount directly into that mortgage account from my check, like literally filled out my direct deposit and said, put this amount of money in this bank, and
Oh,
the
okay.
rest of the money stays in this bank.
Oh,
And
wow.
so I
Okay.
don't touch, well, I try not to, the mortgage account. You know what I mean? And so if people stand with me and they have rent, their rent goes into my mortgage account, and then I pay my mortgage from that account.
Oh,
Hmm.
excellent. That's
You know what I
excellent.
mean?
That's good.
So I don't
Yeah.
touch it because that's a separate account. And so now I'm going to do the same thing with my car payment. I'm going to have a car payment account.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
That's
So
good.
I'll
That's
have
good.
three because I
And it
have
comes
three.
with automatic Tish.
It'll
And
come
then
out.
and
I can ask my job. They said they can put up to 4 banks on
Oh,
there.
wow.
Right now I have 2, but I can do 3.
That is so
oh,
good.
And
That
it's
is
really
good.
good because it doesn't stress you out. You're like, oh my goodness, my mortgage is due. And it goes in there every week like clockwork, and it
Hmm.
accumulates. So
That's
yeah.
excellent. That's
Yeah.
excellent.
And so that's a
Yes.
good thing to budget your money so you don't have to worry about that because people are like, because I know Christmas time, you spend your mortgage, you spend your gas and electric, your phone bills, your cable bills, like
no.
everything's gone. Literally,
Yeah.
that month is the month that you really don't even pay your bills. Some people, they don't.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the
You got
month
to be
where
really disciplined.
you have to
Yeah,
be
you
really
do.
disciplined to
You
that.
Yes.
do.
And you got to tell your
Absolutely.
children, no, if you don't have it, just explain to
Right.
them. Mel, what did you do? We talking about overcoming
Oh,
stress with budgeting.
with my children,
When
my
you
kids were
before
growing up.
Christmas one time. Yeah,
Yeah, with Christmas, sometimes I told them they had to wait until after
yeah,
Christmas. A lot of
Mhm.
times there were things on sale or whatever.
yeah,
So they would get their essentials, the stuff that
yeah.
they needed. But if it was, a toy or something, they would just have to wait.
Mm-hmm.
You can, and we had a lot of aunties and uncles. So
Yeah.
y'all can have
But one time, didn't they have a paper with what they wanted on it or something? Remember that?
huh?
Didn't they have like a magazine, a paper with something that they wanted?
I'm
I
not
thought
sure.
I thought it
But
was.
I would get from my grandchildren according to their personality, and then it wore me out. So I just started giving the money to the mother. Just y'all just go get
Yeah.
no. It was a lot of work.
But don't punish bad behavior. You don't want to stress in your budgeting. Don't punish bad behavior. What does that mean? If your child doesn't deserve it, they shouldn't get anything. Like a
You
lot.
mean you
Like
don't
they should get.
reward bad
Don't
behavior? You
reward. I
don't
mean, I
reward.
said don't punish. Don't reward
Mhm.
bad behavior. Like if they don't deserve it, I know somebody. They were like their child. They didn't get no bike. They didn't get nothing because they were like bad. But my thing is, I think they still need to get stuff like you said, hats or gloves. And you're like, why do I have
Right.
this? Some of them might not want it because they ain't thinking, what is this anyway? But it's something like Mel said, it's a necessity and stuff. But we were just overcoming stress. Don't worry about it. If you don't have it, guess what, y'all? You don't have it, and don't worry about it.
Don't worry about
Can
it.
I say something, Tish? I
Yes,
don't know what. There's nothing wrong with sitting down and telling your children that you don't have it right now.
that's right.
Right.
They are so understanding. You say, I
Yes,
don't have it, but what we'll do is when it goes on sale, like the next day, something like
yeah,
that. At one time, I gave everybody $20 bill, and they went to the store and got what they wanted, and they were all right with it. They were all right with it. But the next time I try to do it, it didn't work because almost everything was brought back to the store broken up. So I didn't want to, so I was, I'm not doing this again. So I would plan like, all during the year, put some money aside. Because sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. I wasn't gonna let y'all get broken up toys to keep it went back to the store.
Oh, I see what you're saying. You're
What?
saying that people brought their toys back from Christmas and they were all broke up.
That
So,
second year, the first year was
okay, I
pretty
get it
good.
now.
That
Because it
second
wasn't
year, mhm,
because we didn't break it up, but other people brought it back, right?
yeah.
And then we had to pick from was people's
Hmm.
broken up stuff. That's
Yeah,
what.
and
Oh,
sometimes they look
Oh
at stuff and throw it down and break it up in the store and walk away. So I didn't do that again. So yeah, so I
We're
got
in,
y'all.
and
yeah.
I just saw this message just came through, and I don't know what it was. She said, "Hey sisters, love you. I'll be mom's security guard." She's like, she has your back. She'll be your security guard.
Oh, thank you.
Word always,
oh,
she always has your back. And then
Right,
this
right,
Yeah.
this takes
exactly.
us right into loans not to get, y'all. What is it? Up together. A
payday
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 loans.
loan.
loan.
Do not
Don't
get
get
a
them.
payday
Don't get that
loan.
foolishness.
Why you say don't get a payday loan? Where's my stuff on here? This is so
Explain
crazy.
it to
Oh
me because
my.
I never done that.
Well, a
Explain it.
payday loan.
Is when a payday loan is like when you before you get your check, you'll go to the store and
Yes.
you get a loan against your check. And they want to see like three check stubs to see if that you're working or whatever. And they'll pay you this money. It'll be a loan. So when you get your check, you're
It
supposed to
goes
pay it
straight to
back.
them.
Right.
Does
So
it go
and so
straight to them or you have to pay it?
no, you have to pay it
You
back.
have to pay it.
You have to pay it back. It don't go straight to them. You have to pay it back.
You have
And
to
then
pay it.
they have all this interest and stuff compounded. So when you get your check, you might not even have enough to pay it back. And so
And
you
Wow.
most
just
of the times you don't.
messed up. Yes, it's horrible.
And
Horrible,
they
horrible.
said that it can go as high as 400 to 800%
Good gracious alive.
APR. They
That's
know you can't afford it. They
right.
know you can't afford it. It's ridiculous.
Right.
But people get it and they just in a hole. I just think it's another name for a loan shark.
Yes,
So
man.
what are some
A
instances
legalized
why
loan shark.
someone would get a payday loan? Like for what type of purchase?
If
Like a
they have a
big
bill or
purchase or
something,
something?
huh? Like a
Or
bill or something like that. Like let's say you might be
like a
getting ready
credit
to.
card bill?
Well, it
Anything
could
now, it
be,
don't even
but it's
matter.
like it's almost like an emergency. They know I need this money right now. I got to pay off my car payment, or they might repossess my car, or you know what I'm saying. It's like it's for an emergency. People will get it for an
Okay.
It should
emergency
be. It
most
should
of
be
the
for an
times,
emergency.
and they
But
will
you
get
know,
it because they might be evicted or something. So they get a payday loan. No, when they get it, they're not going to. You can't afford. Like if you can't afford your mortgage, your rent, or your car payment, you shouldn't. You couldn't. You can't afford a payday loan because how you going to pay it back?
Right,
Right.
exactly.
And so the
So
interest and
what should
everything.
you
Right.
do in that instance though? If you are, can't pay your rent or your mortgage or something, what other resources,
Call
you
them.
know,
Call
okay.
the people and try to get like payments instead of a payday loan.
Right.
And
Okay.
And
if
it
you can
and
um,
talk
it's
to them, because sometimes they just want you to call them and they will work with you.
yeah,
Mhm.
that's true.
Yeah.
well,
And it,
I have an experience when I bought my van. I didn't have a payment for it, and I told this individual, I said, I don't have this month's payment for my van. And the person said, well, just take it back and tell them just to repossess it. They'll do it. So I said, oh, okay. So I called the company and said, well, I want you to come and repossess my van because I don't have a payment. He said, Miss Bonnie, we don't want that van. So all you do is just pay us, I think it was like 30 some dollars interest or something for that month. And they just pushed the last payment forward. So they did that twice for me. And
wow.
I paid that off like that. So they don't really want to take it. Talk to them.
Yeah.
And they did that for me twice.
Just
I
yeah.
only paid the interest for that month, like 30 some dollars. And then they pushed the payment like a 2 month up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Instead of paying on October, I could pay it off in December.
Oh, okay. I
And,
That's
see.
and
what.
And
so another thing is too a payday loan. It's like I need something. I'm getting paid this day, so I need this loan at this time. I'll pay it back when I get paid.
right.
Mhm.
but the interest is so high that it takes you sometimes forever. And if you go past the point of when you need to pay it back, that's when the interest just go all the way up. Because there's no interest at first if you can pay it within that time period.
Mhm.
But you got
Okay.
if you can't pay it within that time, you can't pay it back within that time period. That's when you almost paying like triple or even four times the loan.
And then
Wow.
also, like they might get a payday loan, like say their electricity or something. They might need to pay an electric bill
Yeah.
or pay a water bill or whatever like
Mhm.
that. And then that way you can go to the city, and they will help you with a
Yeah.
utility bill. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
You shouldn't go to a payday loan. Go to a friend. Go to a church. Go to
Somebody. Go
somebody.
to
Don't go to the payday loan because,
Mhm.
like Tish was saying, it's just like a loan shark. It's
it
horrible.
is. I
You
think it's a
know?
loan. It's just like a loan shark.
It's
And then you
legal. It's
mess
a
up your
legal
credit.
loan shark.
And I remember also when
No.
someone got a payday loan and they you use people as a reference. You can't just get that loan. You got to use people as a reference. And
Yeah.
so now those people are calling your references, and you are looking really bad
Oh,
in the
wow.
eyes of people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like, wow, they should have did this and this and that. So talking about you and stuff. Don't get a payday loan, you
So it,
Okay.
guys.
it says here payday loans are short term financial products designed to provide quick cash for urgent needs. These loans are typically small. This is ranging from $100 to $1,000, depending on state regulations and the borrower's income. They are often due in full by your next payday, making them a temporary solution for immediate expenses. So, a defining characteristic of payday loans is their exceptionally high interest rates, which dwarf those of traditional loans. These rates are usually expressed as an annual percentage rate, often around or over 400%.
Good Lord.
This high cost combined with the short repayment period can create financial challenges for borrowers, especially if you
Wow.
struggle to repay the loan on time. When repayment is missed, you may find yourself rolling over the loan, incurring additional fees and interest, and
Good
potentially
Lord.
falling into the cycle of debt. So you thinking you gonna borrow $100 or $1,000 for somebody because it might be how much your money is, but then something else comes and take that,
Mm.
then all of a sudden
Yeah.
you in a hole.
Trouble.
What
Yeah.
happened with
Trouble.
this lady, before we were going to the banks years ago, they had places just for check cashing purposes. You heard of those
Yes.
places?
Yeah, I remember
They
that.
would charge 10% of what
Yeah.
that check
Don't
was.
do that either.
If your tax check was $1,000, they would charge $100. And when I saw this, because I had a couple of kids I was keeping, and I was getting a check for $25 a month for two children. It was a relative. That's what they did. Keeping it. I'm a adopted. And so when I took it to a check place, well, they took $2.50 out of $25. I
Mm.
looked I looked at this and said, I'm not coming back here. I'm going to my bank
Yeah.
where they
Right.
can do it for free. So and these check cashing places, that's criminal too. See, they
It is
charge.
criminal.
And
It's
something
criminal.
else. When I used to help with taxes, they would go to like I'm going to HR and Block so I can get my money up front. I mean, I'm just saying I don't know if it was Block or not, but they would whoever did their taxes
Yeah.
would could lend them their money if they're gonna get $2,000 back. They lend them $2,000 for interest with
Yes.
interest, and so they get the money right up front. And so when your check came, it belonged to the one the preparer. And so
Right.
I
Right.
said, if you wait a year, you can't wait 6 weeks for your money.
Right.
What?
Right.
It's faster than that though. It's not even 6 weeks. It's like 2 weeks now. It's like one to two
Yeah.
weeks because you
Two
get
weeks.
it
Yeah, if you file real
automatically
early.
in your
Yeah, but
thing.
I mean, we have to have more discipline.
That's
And
right.
Right.
Yeah.
And
teach
wisdom.
our
Use
people
wisdom.
that we don't have to live like that.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, because the
more
Bible
discipline.
says, be anxious for nothing. So don't be anxious to get your money and get stuff done real quick and all that kind of stuff. Take your time, do
Yeah.
research,
Yes. Yes.
and like to say, if you can't afford it, don't get it.
That's right.
That's
Don't
right.
get it.
Something else I was gonna say about budgeting. When you budget and you have like your food budget, your this budget, your that budget, and like say you might have to take something, like they say, take from Peter to pay Paul. like take some from one budget area and put it in another budget area. Well, that budget area you took from, that's got to suffer. You
Yeah.
can't say, "Oh, I'm gonna over." No, you gotta wait until the next time go around. Then you fill it
Yeah.
back. You know, so you can't
Discipline.
budget. You know what I'm saying? You got to budget like that. Oh,
Yeah.
that's got to, my food got to suffer for now. You got
Now,
to,
now, now, what I would do that from the food because that was you could work that. And when you go to the market, you price your food before you get to the market, and you price it maybe $2 or $3 up. But you know it's going to be cheaper, and then you
Yeah.
have the left over, and then guess what? Stick to that. And when you take your money with you, like you were saying now, the cash app card, you're not going to spend any more than that.
that's
And
right.
then, and I sometimes I take all y'all with me. Remember the girls went with me with everybody had a list. Two y'all work together, and that taught y'all too how to read what was on the food chart and how to measure the food. And we did that before we left. And guess what? Nobody had a tantrum. No tantrum. What you call it?
Temper
Temper
tantrum.
Yeah, temper.
temper tantrum.
You know what?
Working, help work. When you teach the kids, it's a learning thing, and they like it. And the
That's
boys
true.
took the bag. Yes, go ahead,
This worked for somebody. I don't know if it's gonna work for y'all. If y'all gonna try it, but out there in virtual land, this worked for somebody.
Mhm.
This lady, she her husband didn't want them to pay tithe, right? So
Mhm.
she didn't pay tithe off of their household budget, but she had the budget money for her groceries. So she paid tithe, y'all, from her grocery budget.
Wow.
And they were eating like, crazy
Wow.
eating good. And so her husband was like, "How in the world can we eat this well? I don't make this much money." She said, "I tithe off of the grocery money since you won't let me tithe off of the household money. And look what's been happening to our grocery money. It's been,
Yeah.
Wow.
multiplying and stuff." So I think that could be a good idea. Start tithing off of different sections of your budget. Hey, God might, multiply that
Good.
exponentially in your budget. You know what I'm saying?
That's
In different
good.
areas in your budget. Yeah, that might
That's
work.
really good.
Wanda, I know that since we got saved spouses, we just budget right off the very top of
Oh
everything.
yeah, our spouse,
Everything.
we pay tithe.
Gross, not net, gross.
Right.
And God, He comes through every single
Lord
He
time.
Jesus.
does. Yes,
Every time He comes through.
yes,
And not
absolutely.
only tithes, it's one place they tithes and offering.
That's
You know,
right,
But
and
Mom.
another thing that we got to stop living above our means.
That's so
yeah,
true. So
live
true.
beneath
Yes.
your
Because,
means.
huh?
Live below. If you make 1,000, try to live off of 800.
I
That's what she
know.
was saying. We had to stop living above our means.
Oh, okay.
Right. Yeah. Absolutely. We do.
Yeah. Now, I can't.
Now I
My
was saying
thoughts
live
got
below
lost.
it. Try to live below your means.
Right.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. And that really helps you because if you live below your means or at your means, then
Right.
you don't have to worry about stressing
Yeah.
because you already know you can afford everything you have. You don't have
Right.
to worry about
Right.
it.
Pray
Yes,
and
Mom.
ask God to help you be disciplined.
Yeah.
Help us be
And,
disciplined, Lord.
and how about keeping up with the Joneses and going to lunch with the Joneses on payday? Keeping you got this, well, I'm gonna get this too. Nope, I'm gonna stay right there on my at my desk with my peanut butter and jelly sandwich. No, but
I
sometimes
mean, if you budget for it, I think it's okay. So if you budget
Yeah.
for, because sometimes you can treat yourself. If you budget, if it's within your
Yeah.
budget or
Yeah.
something like that,
And you
it's
don't have
okay.
12 kids.
You don't have to eat peanut butter and jelly all the time.
I
And if
don't.
you have if you don't have 12 kids, you can kind of like eat.
But you don't eat it all the time. But I
It's all
mean,
about your
especially going
budget.
up with your girlfriend, going up with your buddy on payday. I mean, well, on payday, going up with your buddies, and they get new shoes every time. And of course, you might want to get something too, but no.
It's all about your budget. If you
It's all about
let
your
me
budget
say,
if you
if
can
you have
afford
a
it.
budget for clothing, well,
Yeah.
new shoes is a part of clothing. So
Right.
when you say, "Well, I'm gonna go to the store because I have this in my budget to buy a
Yes,
pair of new shoes,"
Yeah.
so you just have to be wise about your budget and know what
right.
your budget is, and don't go over your budget.
And then
Right.
you don't have to eat. Eating is overrated.
Wait a minute now. You have to eat, child.
Talk about
What in the world?
Don't get me started. Eating all the right
Yeah.
things. Don't eat any crazy stuff now.
Yeah,
Well, I
so
gotta
look,
eat. I'm just saying.
Well,
You know,
we
because
can
somebody was
fast.
saying,
don't get those.
listen to this. This is important.
ahead.
Somebody was saying they would spend, without even realizing it, like $200 a day, without even realizing it. They'll leave the house. Check this out. Leave the house and go get something from a fast food place. That's $20. You know, and go get their pick up their child from
Oh
school.
yeah.
Take their children out to go get something. That's another $20. Go get their
Yeah.
husband. Another $20. And before you know it, you done spent over $100 or $200 in one
Can I
day
confess?
without even realizing it.
I need to
I was like,
confess.
wow.
Don't y'all listen to this virtual land. Cover your ears. So I went into my bank account because you know how now your bank account has your budgets and all that kind of stuff. And it tells you literally how much money you're spending in different areas. It tells you how much money you're spending in entertainment, how much money you're spending in food and all that kind of stuff. So what made me stop was when I look at mom looking at me. Whatever, mom. When I look at my food budget, right? And it was $900.
$900 for
month?
what? For a year?
A month?
Yeah.
She said a year.
It was almost $1,000.
A month. And
Yeah.
food.
And
I had to
another
stop.
thing, ladies, another
Wow.
thing, when you fill your tank up with gas, or you have a nice son that will fill up your tank for you every week, well, you know what? When you go out, you take care of everything you need to take care of while you out there.
Yeah.
Except
So that you don't be coming home, getting in the start again, go to every place you need to go to.
I got my
And
hand
That's
up.
when you
another
come
budget.
home, you in for the day, so that's saving your gas.
Except
That's
when you
another
live in Carroll County and everything is an hour and a half from your house.
But that's another budget because you budget
It's
your
a budget.
time.
It's a
Yeah.
You
budget.
budget
It's
your
another
time.
budget.
I need to go here, here, here. And we've done that. My husband was like, no, we're not going out yet. We going out. When we go out, we're gonna do this, 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 and that when we go out. But you know what? My somebody was telling me what they do too, and they're getting gas and stuff. When that tank gets a half, they fill up.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
don't let it go all the way
Me too.
down to low.
Yeah.
When it
Me
gets a
too.
half, you fill up. It gets a half,
Yeah.
you fill up. And that saves you, I believe, as well.
Yeah, I fill up
You
every
know?
time I go to the gas station. I will fill my car up. I don't put no $10 or $20
Right.
in there.
Oh yeah,
I
never,
fill
ever.
up every time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Same
yeah,
here.
absolutely.
Yeah.
So that's another way to save money.
Mhm.
Budget your time, budget your money.
Yes.
Budget everything. That's a way to save, and you don't have to be stressed for the holidays.
And
know,
that's
Right.
what you do. You pick a nice time, like early in the morning, to write down your whole list for that day too. And so, if when people call you,
If you have time.
you got time. Then I even put a time down there to call people, because I made 3 calls a day
If you
because
have
I was
If
just
you have time.
yeah. So I made
no, you make time.
make your time to
Mel, we know
call.
what we saying, don't we, Mel?
Yes, we do.
You get up in the morning,
You
you
do.
make time. You get up in the morning and you
If
do
you
it.
have time. These people that stay home don't have to go out to work and
They
all
have
of
to-
that. They
Yes.
have
Wait,
time.
wait. But you have to figure out what time you get up for work. And then you get up a little bit earlier than what time you
If
get
you
up for
have
work.
time.
If you
And
have
then you make
time.
the list.
Yeah, I used to get up like 3 and leave the house around 4 in the morning. But now, guess what? I still get up at 3 because I'm used to doing that.
I get up
You
at
get
3.
up and then you can use it. And then guess what? You don't have to rush. You're not bustling. I'm late. No, and lay your stuff right the night before.
Yeah,
All that saves your time. Or
I'm
else
putting
you're
in my
home.
mind, oh Jesus, what am I going to throw on? Oh my goodness, what am I going to wear
No, you
today?
get up the
That
night
time.
before. Even how about
Well,
a
I
week
do it
before?
but before I get out of the bed.
If you have time.
If
But
you
what
have
about
time.
just in your closet? Just hang your stuff strategically, and so you can just and grab you have your stuff already. When y'all were little, if I would
How
want to
about
put
when
it,
you
and
on
you save your stuff, you hang it up, so you're not. If they say you gotta go in the street in 5 minutes, you go right there and put
Well,
something.
wait. How about when you're so tired and you come home You get in the shower and you get right
Come
in
on
bed.
now.
You
Come
don't even
on.
have time to lay anything out because you're so tired.
Come on now. Yes.
Right, Mel?
Yes.
And so I lay it out up here.
Yep.
What am I wearing up here? Okay, I'm going to wear this, that. And I go to work and they be like, oh, you look so good. I was like, oh, because I ain't had nothing to wear.
Wait a minute.
Right.
That doesn't work all the time because sometimes when you lay it out up here and you get up the next morning, like, oh, wait a minute. I thought this was going to work with this. And sometimes it doesn't work
No, it
out.
does. It
All the
works for
time,
me.
all the time it does? Every time. Okay.
Yeah, I lay it out up here and I just get it. I know it's like, okay, I'm going to wear such and such and so. Then I just get it. Yeah.
Oh, no.
Mhm.
that
And
don't work.
then also you do the same thing with your lunch. You fix your lunch. Now when I fix lunch
That's
now,
right.
I fix 2 days
That's it.
together. So I don't have to fix it every day. So you make your lunch when you do your dinner, maybe. You know, while you're in that kitchen, and you put it in the refrigerator so the lunch is ready for the next day.
My head hurting because I'm saying nope.
It just seemed like somebody on this podcast need to budget time.
If you have time. If you have time to budget time.
Oh, goodness, that's a mess. That is a mess.
So another thing people need to know on another note, especially with the holiday season. I know we can't talk about Thanksgiving, but throw the Thanksgiving food away, y'all. It's time to throw it away.
Throw it away.
Wait a minute. What if it's in the freezer?
I was going to say
it's
if
in
you
the
froze
freezer.
it. If you
If it's in the
froze
I'm
it,
freezer.
not throwing my food away.
Okay.
if you froze it, it's good. Yeah.
It's
But
in
if you
the
didn't freeze
freezer.
it, throw it away, y'all.
Everybody need to know about food safety so you don't get sick.
I agree with that.
So that's really important. And I had some
Very
stuff down. It's like
Yes.
and it's about leftovers because you got Christmas coming up. We did Thanksgiving. Throw the turkey away. If it's not in the freezer, that's it. The macaroni and cheese ain't no good, right, Tawanda?
No good. It's no good. It's no good. Throw it away.
Over
Because
what?
you know
Over
what?
3 days,
When-
4 days?
It's
4 days. 3 to 4 days.
3 to 4 days.
What? 3 or 4 days. You know what? You can't smell. You can't smell if bacteria is getting in it.
But if you pray really hard, if you pray really, really hard over your food, I believe God will come through. If you don't feel like cooking anything and all you have is a Thanksgiving food, I believe if you pray, Father, in the name of Jesus, Lord, take out all the impurities and bacteria, Lord God. Don't let me get sick, Father. Lord, you know, Father, I don't have time to go to the grocery store, Lord. You know I don't feel like cooking anything, and the only thing left in this refrigerator is Thanksgiving food, Lord God. Father, I just pray right now that I won't get poisoned by it, Lord. You said any deadly thing, it will not harm our bodies, Lord. We believe your word and your promises in Jesus' name. Amen.
But I tell you what, Mama would do. You know, we didn't have a refrigerator all our lives. But Mama would put it on the stove, and then if it bubbled up, then she knew it was too far gone.
Why would you say that on live TV?
I don't know. It's so maybe so.
Disgusting.
I need some palms right now.
Yourself with water and baking soda.
Okay, I can't.
Scary. It's just scary.
I just want to say it says discard any food left out at room temperature for more than 2 hours. So sometimes your food is left out. That's why it's good. Like when we have our Thanksgiving, you know, we have the what are they? The sternos. And the heat is under them the whole time. So, but some people, you know, have their Thanksgiving food. They may not have sternos, and if they cook their Thanksgiving food, this is important. So you know you leave your food out over 2 hours. So guess what you're going to do? Don't throw it away. Pray over it and eat it. You'll be okay.
Yes.
Well, I do have to say it does work. Prayer does work. I remember one time I cooked for my family, and I promise everybody in the house got sick. I promise everybody got sick.
Everybody got sick?
Everybody got sick. Everybody got sick. They did. Even me. The next day, I guess I didn't have any other thing to cook. The next day, I prayed over the food, the same exact food that everybody got sick, and we ate it, and nobody got sick. Nobody got sick.
Did you pray over it the first time before they got sick?
I thought I did. I always pray over my food. I always pray over my food. But I don't know. Maybe I didn't. But I prayed over it.
Was it
I know I prayed over
prayers
it.
because they
I'm
got
not
you
sure.
sick? Maybe
But
it
I
was like,
know
Lord, this all I have. God, it got us sick last night. Lord, don't let us get us sick
please
tonight.
don't let, and they didn't get sick.
And they
But
didn't.
I
sometimes
promise
you
that's what
mix
happened.
too many different types of foods together too, make you sick too.
But I promise it was the same exact food.
It was all
I
the chicken.
promise.
It was that chicken.
Well, no chicken. It was vegetables.
Oh, I thought it was.
Mm.
And
But
so it
yeah,
also said place food into shallow containers and immediately put in the refrigerator or freezer for rapid cooling. And I just want to say put it in the freezer.
Yeah.
If
but
you want
not
it
while
to,
it's hot. Not while it's hot.
Oh
I-
yes. Tell about that. Because how
Yeah, you
long
can't put it. You can't
it's
put it in there when
supposed
it's
to
hot.
be like completely cooled or
You have to
something,
let it
right?
cool.
yeah,
Yes, and not only could you damage your food you put in there, you can damage the other
yeah,
food that's already in there because
Mm.
the heat can hit that food that's already in there, and it can start to
wow.
spoil.
Mm.
So
But how
that's
do you
and
thaw
then
your food out, Tawanda? How you
what's
thaw
that?
it out? How do you thaw it out
Well, you
safely?
thaw it out in the refrigerator or in cold water. You
Yeah,
can thaw it
run
out in
cold
cold
water.
water, or you
Yeah.
can thaw it out in the
I
refrigerator
I
overnight.
saw something that said you can thaw it out in salt water or something.
I did. I think I have seen that before as well. Yeah, I have
Yeah.
seen that before as
I
well.
think it was salt water, like
Yeah,
meat or something. You can
yeah,
thaw it out
Oh,
yeah.
in
and
But it
guess
has
salt.
to be
what, man?
cold water though.
And guess
Yeah.
what? You know, we were on that water journey, and I didn't
Oh,
clean my I thought, if it's cold, and rinse it out, it's gonna be good. But no, we need to wash it just like it's a dish, just like it's
yes, you
dishes.
gotta
And
wash your food.
see,
Not
when
Put
your
I
food,
mountains on it.
and I
the
thought,
dish,
You did. Oh, I thought you meant
her
food.
cup.
yeah, I'm talking with the
The
thermos thing.
thermos.
That
Oh,
you
definitely you
people,
wash those.
people walk around with it all day long and drinking out of it, and because drinks can really spoil too. Drinks,
Absolutely.
drinks
Water
can
can.
spoil, and then and
And then
then
you
it, then some blacks start growing inside of it if you
That's
don't.
mold. That's called mold. That's
and then
nasty.
Yeah.
you backwash. You backwash
Backwashing it.
So go and clean it
So
every
look,
day, y'all. Every day before you use it the next day
Yeah.
Mm.
and so it
with, with,
also said,
with warm soapy water.
yes, warm soapy water. And it also says, back to my leftovers. Use most, mom, listen to this, mom. Use most cooked leftovers within 3 to 4 days. And then you reheat leftovers to 165 degrees Fahrenheit.
Mm.
Oh, can you refreeze? Tawanda, can you refreeze?
Well, you shouldn't refreeze. You
Okay.
shouldn't refreeze.
Meat and poultry that has been defrosted in the fridge can be frozen again before or after it has been cooked. If
Mm-hmm.
thawed
Safe,
by
safe,
other,
sir.
if
Mm-hmm.
thawed,
Now let me
wait,
Mm-hmm.
can I
go ahead. Go ahead.
if thawed by other methods, cook before refreezing.
Now, one thing is you can refreeze if your food still have some ice in it. If it still has some ice on it, if it like say if your refrigerator went up,
Didn't say that, Tawanda.
no, it can't. You can
Because you know
refreeze.
what, Tawanda? When we
What's
went to
that?
that safe serve class,
Yeah,
the teacher
yeah.
said we could put it back in the freezer. I
That
remember.
is if it has that ice on it. You can't
But
if
they know
it's
what they were
already
doing.
thawed and stuff, it's not healthy to refreeze. That's not a good thing. But that's like meats and stuff. But other foods, like when I do my tofu, I refreeze my tofu before I open it. Like
Because
I
that's not
freeze my
real.
tofu. I freeze tofu is soybeans. Real.
Like cardboard.
It's not cardboard, it's soybeans. So when you get out the freezer, I put it in the refrigerator and I thaw it completely in the refrigerator, take it out, put it back in the freezer. I don't open it yet. So that way I can refreeze it.
But I'm thinking you can do it because it's not meat.
That's what I said. That's what I
Oh,
said. If
okay.
it's meat, you can.
So
Yeah,
it
if it's
says
meat,
always refrigerate perishable foods within 2 hours. So if
yeah.
it's out on the stove within 2 hours, put it in
Mm.
refrigerator.
And then you guys, if you freeze your food, after you cook it and stuff, it can last for up to 3 to 4 months.
Mm-hmm.
So then you can eat, you can take it out and thaw it and eat it again, Yeah. That's how this one girl I know, she had like 5 children. And so she wanted to save money, So they
Yeah.
would eat off their meal for like 2 days, then she'll freeze it and she'll cook something else and they'll eat off that for a couple of days and she'll freeze it. And then she'll read, thaw it, eat, you know what I'm saying? And that's how she saved money with
But
all those
and
children.
also when you're going to freeze it, don't freeze the whole bulk. Put it in containers,
Yes.
like individual containers. And that way, when I
Exactly.
do my greens, I cook like a whole big thing of greens, and maybe get 20 to 30 containers worth that last me a month. And put all that in the freezer, and just take one. I got you ought to see me when I do my greens,
I
and
used to
then
do that, Mom.
then I take the one that container out, and that container can last us for 2 days.
What's
So
that?
I have glass.
Yes.
I have
What's
glass
that, Mom?
containers. The
Yeah.
containers last for 2. But when I used to eat meat, I used to buy it like that in bulk, like the chicken breast and all that kind of stuff. And I would clean it and everything, and then separate and put it in Ziploc
Oh,
bags and then
oh
freeze
yeah,
it individually, so I don't have
Yeah.
to like keep
that's right.
thawing the
And
meat.
another thing too, Tish, if you clean it and season it
season
Oh
it.
yeah.
Yeah.
and put it in the freezer,
Yeah,
Oh
that
that's
way
what.
yeah.
you can just put it right in the
Yeah,
oven,
Yeah. And it'd be so good too, because it
Yeah, the
start
seeds go
marinating.
right through to the bones. You
Yes.
can gnaw the bones.
Wait
Yeah.
a minute.
So what about meal prepping, you guys? So if you meal prepping and you have like, I'm not talking about no 20 or 30 containers because that's just insane. Like 10 containers or something.
okay.
How long can you have that in the refrigerator?
3 to 4 days because
Yeah.
it's still
So
leftovers.
you shouldn't meal prep for no 7 days then.
You probably put in the freezer,
Yeah, I
Put
maybe.
in
would
the
freeze it.
freezer.
Yeah.
Maybe you do
And
half and
then
half.
here we go, y'all. Get the vacuum packed bags with the sealer and seal your
Oh.
stuff,
That's
vacuum
good.
pack and seal it.
Yeah, yeah.
Then you keep all the air out, and you seal it, and you
Oh.
can, your stuff will last longer.
That's a good idea.
The
I'm gonna
vacuum
have to
pack.
do that.
That's what I
Yeah.
do.
Go
I
get
do
you
that to
go
my
get you a
meat.
seal. Well, go get you a sealer.
Yeah.
Go
Yeah.
get you a
You could get
sealer.
that for Christmas for me for Christmas, Wanda.
But I just get the Ziploc bags, and just seal like that to Wanda. I
Now make
just
sure
do
you
it.
give me your name.
I will.
And another thing, don't forget to always wash your hands. Like I wash my hands
Oh,
the entire
all the
time I'm cooking, especially when I was dealing with ground beef, only because it was kind of gross on my hands. But I would just wash my hands all the time. When I go to
yeah.
the sink and I'm cooking, I'll wash my hands and I go back.
Yes.
And it was like,
Yeah.
And
to do
don't
that
think
too.
because you have on gloves, you
Yeah.
can touch everything. You cannot.
You cannot.
I remember this lady was cutting the cake and she had on gloves and she was licking all the frosting off her gloves.
That's just disgusting.
But it's like because she had on gloves, she thought her hands were invisible.
Or
No,
scratch their heads with the gloves.
Hands are invisible and they're not invincible.
or don't count money with those gloves and then go work with food. That's
No.
nasty.
That's why they have people. They have some people at the cash register and some people in the back.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's nasty.
Oh,
If you
another
touch
thing
chicken, you
before we
don't touch
go.
ground beef.
Another thing, right? Another thing is important is to sanitize your cutting boards. A lot of people don't do that; they
Oh,
just
Bleach.
clean them regularly. But it says 1 tablespoon of unscented liquid chloride bleach and 1 gallon of water when you cleaning your thing. And don't cross contaminate. Like if you use it, like I use my cutting boards for fish, I don't use those same cutting boards for my vegetables. That's a different cutting board, so you
Right.
don't cross contaminate your stuff. Wow, what a great show. We didn't have a lot of comments, but we did have a lot of viewers. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Everybody ought to know. And if you're just
And
getting
now
on,
you know.
and if you're just getting on, we ask that you rewind it and listen to it from the beginning. There's some really good stuff. We talked about budgeting, we talked about food safety, and just a lot of good stuff. But thank y'all so much for tuning in to Chillin with the Girls. And if you like it, like it. And if you don't like it,
And subscribe.
and share it, especially
And
the holiday,
share
the
it.
Christmas season. I said the Christmas season. I'm getting tired. So you want to share it with your friends. Love you
Yes.
guys.
Love you
We will
guys.
see y'all next week on another
Love you.
episode of Chillin with the Girls. Bye.
Chillin' with the girls.